The World 2020 Champions India.
Hello everyone, welcome to the pre-match live session. I'm Suramya Kaushik, your host for the day, and it's big match time. It's India versus England in the semi-final of T20 World Cup 2022. Well, it's the second semi-final of this tournament. In the first semi-final, Pakistan won against New Zealand by 7 wickets, and now they have become the first finalists to be there. And also they are waiting for the other finalists from this match that will take place on 13th of November. Well, Pakistan's spot is already there, but who will be there from this match, India or England? This is a big question, and we will get all the answers right after the match gets over, just in a few hours. But before that, there are so many things to talk about this match because India and England both are really strong teams. To give you a brief before I get in Vineet and Akash to this conversation, in the Super 12 stage, India were the table toppers in the Group B as they were defeated only by South Africa. Well, in Group A, England ended on the second position only after New Zealand, and now both the teams are in this semi-final. Today is going to be a cracker of show at Adelaide Oval, but what playing 11 to expect in this match and who will win the toss, we will give you all live updates over here. So over with me here are Vineet Ramakrishnan and Akash Biswas. Hello Vineet, hello Akash.
Hi Suramya.
Hi Akash.
Hi Beneath.
So we are just few hours away to know our second finalist because that's the big thing that we are really waiting for. Pakistan is already there. Will it be India? Will it be England? That's the big question. But Akash, when we talk about India, what an incredible tournament they have been through in this phase, especially when we talk about Super 12s, just one loss to South Africa, and they had registered some very close wins. So while talking about this match, and it's a very important match against England, what kind of playing 11 are we expecting?
See, if we speak about the playing 11, then I don't see any changes going ahead because that has been the mantra for this Indian team. They were stuck with one combination in the first two games that pretty much worked for them. But the change they made, the only change they made throughout the tournament was replacing Akshar Patel with Deepak Hooda. That didn't work at all. Neither that man batted well, nor he got an opportunity to bowl in that game against South Africa. And in the next game, Akshar Patel was back in the mix. So I don't think going forward in the semifinals that there will be any changes, and the playing 11 is that's going to remain the same for me.
Vineet, what about you? Are you looking for some changes here?
Looking from an Indian perspective, I don't see any changes considering the fact that Rishabh Pant did play the last game, right? Instead of Dinesh Karthik, and Dinesh Karthik in a way was molded to be a finisher, was somebody who was primed ahead of Rishabh Pant throughout the build-up, and when it came to the crucial juncture of the game, when behold you have DK dropped and Pant coming in. So from the last game, there's no change, but from a tournament perspective, that would be a big change. Rishabh Pant, in place of Dinesh Karthik. Rishabh Pant did not do anything of substance the only game that he played, but he will, he's a match winner, right? I mean, he's a big match player. And that added advantage India would want to have going into this crucial game against England. So in terms of changes, there's no change for me, to be honest. Rishabh Pant would be there in place of DK. I'll be very, very surprised, very much surprised if I see DK in place of Pant. There's also a left field thinking that you could see both DK and Rishabh Pant in this 11, and you may want to drop somebody like Akshar Patel because England also have left-handers. But yeah, no changes for me.
Okay, so well, we are just moments away to know the exact playing 11 of both the teams. But before that, we'll quickly discuss about England's probable 11 as well, because there are some changes that we are expecting. Now, this has been England's journey so far. England have been through a great journey. But when we talk about England's probable 11, this time we are expecting some changes. Now, there is David Milan and Mark Ward. We are expecting that they might not play in this match, Akash. But if they won't be there, then what will be the England's playing 11?
Yeah, the same thing I've been also, hearing right from this morning. Like David Malan isn't fit. and so do Mark Wood. Both of them were not in the training session as well last day. So, like here it's mentioned, David Malan. If David Malan misses out, then obviously Phil Salt gets in. David Malan makes way for Phil Salt, and Chris Jordan comes in for Mark Wood if Mark Wood isn't there, because and uh, Chris Jordan seems to be the only man who can replace Mark Wood with the given 15-man squad what England have currently. And in case Marks Wood misses out, then that will be a great opportunity for India to dominate the game, because Mark Wood's absence will definitely give an upper hand to the Indian batters, especially Rohit Sharma. So going ahead, let's see if because as you said, the exact playing 11 is yet to come, and we are almost 4 to 5 minutes away from knowing that. And in case Mark Wood misses out, then that will be a great positive for India.
Absolutely. We need quick take before we tell all our viewers the toss update. What's your thought if Phil Salt and Chris Jordan comes into this team?
Look, it will be a big boost for Team India if both David Malan and Mark Wood are ruled out. David Malan more or less is ruled out. I mean, that's what we are hearing. Phil Salt would come in. Phil Salt, were he, gets plays, would be interesting, because Phil Salt by nature is an opener, but you do have an Alex Hales and Jos Buttler there. So it will be interesting where they fit in Phil Salt. Maybe as a float at number 4, number 5, you could see somebody like a Buttler or Alex Hale coming down the order. You don't know. But that is the beauty of this England lineup, that they are flexible enough. You could see a Harry Brook moving up and down, Ben Stokes moving up and down. Liam Livingston is more than capable of doing that. But it's the bowling. Look, Mark Wood has been by far, by mal, the best bowler on show for England, irrespective of if you don't look at the wickets column, because Sam Curran has 10, but the impact Wood has had is great. And as Akash mentioned, I mean, it would be relief for Rohit Sharma if Mark Wood is not there. But if Mark Wood is there, I mean, it's going to be tough, very tough. Look, he's a hard length bowler. That kind of pace, it's going to rush any kind of Indian bowlers, and more so. I mean, not just looking at Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Mark Wood versus Surya Kumar Yadav could be the battle that defines this game if Mark Wood plays for me. Mark Wood with that pace, with that rushing kind of an aura that he has, he could get Surya Kumar Yadav early. Surya Kumar Yadav would definitely go after him, but that's a matchup, that could define the match, is what I feel. But if there is no Mark Wood, who do they go to? Chris Jordan. Yes, I mean, Chris Jordan is the most viable option, but they also have David Willey as well, who gives an added advantage with the bat. Jordan is not as quick as Wood, nor is David Willey, but David Willey is slightly quicker than Jordan. So that's a matchup they'll have to take, but it will be a big boost for India if Mark Wood does not play. But having said that, I'm getting news also that Mark Wood is warming up at Adelaide. So that is good signs for England, not that good signs for India.
Well, that's a big news, and there's so many people asking. We need toss kab hoga. When's the toss? Who won the toss? Well, we are here with all the live updates. We'll be telling you who wins the toss right after the toss is done. And as Vineet rightly mentioned right now, that Mark Wood is warming up, so that's a very big update right now, because till now it was heard and it was believed that he won't play this match. So right after the toss, we will get to know whether he'll be playing today or not. So Vineet, what are the live updates? What's the toss update right now?
Look, toss update going to happen anytime soon. Less than a minute away we are, so we all are eagerly waiting. I mean, whoever wins the toss will definitely have the advantage you would want to see. I mean, and if you look at the past matches that has been, that has been played here, India have had a good match. They scored 180 plus. New Zealand also had scored 180 plus. You also had a couple of low-scoring games as well. Look, the Adelaide track, it's a used pitch. I mean, the earlier matches have happened there, but you could see, it's not going to be that easy for batters. That's what I believe. So it would be a tricky, situation where winning the toss, you bat or you bowl, because batting is not going to be easy.
Okay, well, the match is at Adelaide Oval, so we are also looking for some big shots there. On that note, Chetan is also here with us, and we will be connecting with him, and we will discuss the toss then. So I believe there are some connectivity issues, and we'll bring in Chetan in a little while. But till then, there's so many comments, Vineet. Everybody's cheering for India. Well, they're all excited to see India versus Pakistan final match at MCG. And we have
Look,
few
it
comments.
will be interesting. It will be interesting. India-Pakistan final, you would say. I mean, look, the way Pakistan played the last game against New Zealand, it was quite a surprising one. And if you talk, I mean, general talk on Twitter has been, look, England is a much better side that way. I mean, Indian fans, of course, they are not going to say that India does not have a chance or India's second best here. But England does have a very very good chance, and many do believe that if India are to beat England, that could be a bit of a surprise there. So it'll be interesting. I mean, let's hope that Pakistan, the way Pakistan surprised New Zealand, India can surprise England. But going to be a cracker of a game, and yeah, we are waiting for the toss to happen. Just in a while, we will be getting updates, and if Chetan is able to join us, that'll be fantastic. I think, but connection issues, you can imagine. Look, Adelaide Oval, 60,000 odd people, all would be on their Wi-Fi and everything, so difficult for Chetan to get some kind of connection there. But I think he is trying to join in.
Yeah, he's trying to join over there. And Akash and Vineet will be telling us soon who won the toss. But quickly, I'll take few names because there's so many people who are waiting for the match. There's Vikram Kumar, Mas Karthik, Abhishek Pawar, Ayash Samara, Shinil Kumar. Everyone's cheering for India, and they're also excited for the toss. So they all are waiting when Akash and Vineet will give the toss updates and carry forward the discussion from there.
There's also an update. There is
Captains
also
are
an
out.
update that
Yeah, the
captains are
captains
out,
are
and
out. Yeah,
Pant is practicing his keeping, and DK is
with
giving
Dinesh
him
Karthik.
underarm throws. So
Yeah,
that pretty much says that we are not going to see any change from the last game. It's going to be Pant and DK out of the 11. Well, I mean, what a turnaround for him.
And yes, we are also having live updates right from MCG because Chetan Narula is here right now with us. Chetan, welcome to this live session.
सो रम्या अभी एमसीजी में पहुंचने में टाइम है वी आर एट द एडेलेड ओवल अभी संडे को पहुंचेंगे एमसीजी बट या आई एम हैप्पी आई कैन सी वेयर यू आर एट वेयर इज योर
Yeah,
माइंडसेट कि
yeah,
जीतेगा भाई जीतेगा इंडिया जीतेगा फटाफट आई
exactly.
एम हैव टू रश इंडिया हैज लॉस्ट द टॉस इंग्लैंड हैज वन द टॉस not sure what they have chosen to do but Pant is playing and Akshar Patel is playing so both of them are playing
yeah. England are
England,
bowling first.
bowl first England will bowl first so okay bye bye I'll see you after the match cheers
Thank you so much,
that was
Chetan.
a fast update. That was a fast update for us.
Yeah,
Very rapid update.
very, very rapid update, and there's so much excitement that often Chetan was like, okay, bring me to this live session. I'll just quickly give the update and everything. So right now, the update is that England have won the toss. And
And they'll bowl first.
yeah, England have won the toss and they have chosen to bowl first. There is Rishabh Pant and there's also Akshar Patel over there.
Yeah, quite interesting. That way we had seen, we were discussing this. Look, Pant more or less looks certain. I was a bit skeptical looking at, Akshar Patel may or may not play, but they have gone with Akshar Patel, so that essentially means no changes there. I mean, they are banking on an Akshar Patel to bowl those 4 overs. And for me, I do believe that that could be 4 crucial overs for Team India. How Akshar bowls, because England do have a tendency I mean, England's tendency is to just to go crash and bang right from the first ball. But if you have somebody like a Liam Livingstone, Moeen Ali there, that's a matchup. I mean, Akash, your thoughts on this? Moeen Ali versus Akshar Patel, it's not going to be definitely in India's favor, but Akshar Patel versus Liam Livingstone because does not have a good average against two left armers. Interesting pick there to have an Akshar Patel. And how do you look at this battle, Akshar versus Livingstone and Moeen Ali in the middle overs?
Aksar and Moeen Ali, both of them are unpredictable players. You never know when they are gonna score runs or with both of them are quite. They come handy whenever the team requires them. But if you speak about Akshar Patel versus Moeen Ali, then I am a bit confused over there because they are equally good. But if I speak about Akshar Patel and Liam Livingstone, then yes, that's a battle to look out for because the caliber of Liam Livingstone we are very well aware of because he has a potential to change the game, and in fact the IPL bidders go after him for that quality only. And if he brings that to the table in today's game, then man, we are in great trouble. And before moving on, I would like to give a quick update that yes, Mark Wood and David Malan are out with injuries, as Jos Buttler spoke at the toss, and Phil Salt and Chris Jordan are in the team. And yes, as we discussed, India are going ahead with the same team. That means Rishabh Pant is playing today.
Well, so I think our probable 11s were just at the right spot over there because, as Vineet and Akash were discussing, Rishabh Pant is there as expected. Also, Phil Salt and Chris Jordan are there, place of David Malan and Mark Wood. Well, Vineet and Akash, I must say there's so many comments out there. People are saying that okay, India, Pakistan at MCG, India at Adelaide. There were so many comments to take on. But quickly, Vineet, I'll take one question that's been repetitive over here. That when we talk about this ground and now India's going to bat first, what could be a good competitive score?
Look, it's an advantage in a way for India because in a crucial game, a knockout game, it's better. I mean, you don't have that scorecard pressure and just go, and that could free somebody like a Rohit Sharma and a KL Rahul as well. Without that, scorecard pressure to bank on a good score. Look, as I mentioned earlier, India have managed to score 180 plus. There have been games which have been low scorers as well. It's a psychological thing in knockout games. Whenever you're scoring over 160, 170, psychologically it's the advantage for team batting first. It's a psychologically disadvantage for the team who's chasing if they have that number of 170 or 180. So ideally, India would be looking at anywhere between 170, 180, but that will be tough. That will be really tough. But then again, similarly against the Pakistan game, certain Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan woke up from their slumber. You could see Rohit Sharma doing that, and if he does that, I mean, he's not going to stop at a 30 ball 50. He's going to go at 40 ball 100. So hopefully.
Yeah, and again, Akash, if you can give quick updates to all our viewers because there are, repetitive questions about who won the toss and what's the team. So Akash will be there to give you all the details.
So England have won the toss and they have decided to bowl first. That means they will be chasing today, and India will come out to bat. Speaking about the changes, David Malan and Mark Wood are out of the England playing 11, and Phil Salt and Chris Jordan have replaced them. And for India, India are playing the same 11. That means no changes except for the wicketkeeper. I mean, the that what we have been discussing. Will it be DK or will it be Pant? So, Pant for you in the big semi-final, and that's a big gamble. He hasn't played the first 3-4 games, and that man is so lucky to play a World Cup semi-final right away. And what Vineet was speaking about, that giving perfect starts at this Adelaide Oval. We saw the game against. I mean, we saw the game between India and Bangladesh the other day. Virat Kohli and Surya Kumar Yadav were phenomenal as usual. But I think if we go ahead and analyze this game at the Adelaide Oval, it's all about giving good starts. Because the way Bangladesh openers batted, if rain wasn't there, it could have been 50-50 result of that game. And I think there was a rain break, and then Bangladesh somewhere lost the momentum and the wicket starts tumbling down. So
Yeah.
that's the crux of this game. If the teams are playing at Adelaide, the openers have to fire. They have to give good start, so that there should not be much pressure on the batters coming at 4, 5, 6, or 7. If Rohit Sharma fires today along with KL Rahul, because KL Rahul has also rediscovered has his lost form recently. If these two guys give us good start around 50-60 runs in the power play, then we are very much on the top of this game.
Well, let's see what happens. And, at the end of the match, we'll definitely discuss about, how India batted and all of those things. But before that, let me tell all our viewers that we will be there at the end of the match as well. So you can tune in with us and you can watch the match along with us because we will be giving you live updates at the end of the match. And then we will have post match discussion as well. But on the last note, Vineet, who's your X Factor player today?
It has to be Suryakumar Yadav for India, hasn't it? I mean, you cannot look beyond somebody like a Suryakumar Yadav, and especially as I mentioned, with no Markwood there, I mean, it's a big plus that Suryakumar Yadav would be the player you would look out for, because look, throughout the tournament, it's not just the amount of runs. Get this graphic out, and we have repeatedly focused on one aspect, that is the strike rate. For somebody who bats in the middle overs, who bats at number 4, that strike rate is not just insane. That's an unbelievable strike rate for somebody who bats in the middle overs, and that has been the USP for Team India all throughout. So whenever he comes on, I mean, if there's a wicket falls, he'll come and up the tempo. He won't allow the opposition to take over. So that is the key there. I mean, very huge key factor for Team India. And as I also mentioned, there are a couple of big match players that India have now. That is, one of them is Rohit Sharma, and other is Rishabh Pant. If I have to pick somebody apart from Suryakumar Yadav, these two are the guys that I'll have my eyes on in terms of X factor for Team India.
Well, Vineet has already mentioned his X factor, and now we come to the last question of this live session. Akash, who do you think has an upper hand? Now you have three parameters already ready. We know the toss result. Now we also know the playing 11s of both teams. Keeping those points in mind, who do you think has an upper hand?
I definitely see India having the upper hand, and in fact, to back them, I'm wearing blue today. So, but still, I will wish Rohit Sharma to go on all guns blazing, because if I look his comparison with his counterpart Jos Buttler, he too is an opener, and I think Jos Buttler hardly has a bad day, when he is batting in the T20s. So if Jos Butler can do, then Rohit Sharma can definitely. And if Rohit Sharma does it, then nobody can, stop India from going to the Melbourne Cricket Ground on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I just mentioned, that's the last question of the day, but there's so many questions. And on that note, Vineet, there's another question about who could be England's X factor. So, what your thoughts on that?
Look, we I think collectively had picked Sam Curran as England's X factor, and that could very well be the case. Look, he has done supremely well in the death overs with change of length and everything. He's somebody who does not have the pace, so it's basically the length and slow cutters and everything that he has bowled. So he could be one of the X factors for Team India, because as we have mentioned, we have not focused on the death over part of Team India, which they have not done that badly, but they haven't done any thing that is that pops your brains out. It has been in the middle over. So Sam Curran, and he's a wicket taker. Look, he has that knack similar to Arshdeep Singh. He does have the knack of taking wickets, and Sam Curran is somebody who in a way he has a golden arm. He can come in, Jos Buttler can use him in the power play overs, he can use him in the middle, can give him the ball if there's a partnership brewing as well. So for me, I mean, I still will consider Sam Curran as the X factor. Personally, look, I look at this batting lineup, and everybody's an X factor player, isn't it? Jos Buttler, Alex Hales, Liam Livingston. Even Harry Brooks is somebody I really like. I just watched him in the Pakistan series, and such a fantastic talent he is. It's an explosive batting unit. Anybody on there given day can be the X factor. And talking about X factors, leg spinners are always like the biggest X factors. Adil Rashid, that delivery to Virat Kohli in that England series, if you remember. If he's able to produce something of that sort, wow, man, that that would be something special, and something that would be damaging for Team India. I hope that does not happen. But yeah, anybody, you pick anyone from this lineup, all of them are X factors.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, we'll pick few comments because there are quite a few comments over there in the chat box. We need one question that does come repetitively is that what could hamper India's win today? I mean, if there is any weakness, so to say, what it could be?
I'll have Akash take this one, and then I'll go.
Yeah, so I don't see any kind of weakness, because after all, we are playing an ICC event, and with a weakness, we cannot go to play at such a big platform. But yeah, what can hamper India's victory is a sudden downfall in the batting order, because obviously India are batting first today, and if they do not get that needed start, at least we not, even if we are not getting a 60 runs score in the power play, at least we should go for 40-45. And if that is not possible at the Adelaide Oval, then I think that would be the biggest setback for India going forward, because uh, we cannot be overly dependent on the likes of Virat Kohli and Surya Kumar Yadav. Yeah, we know they are in a great nick, but if we go systematically, great start, then the rest of the things are done by the middle orders, and if needed, the tail enders chip in. That would be the perfect scenario for today's game. And if that is not done, or the batters do not match that up, then there will be a problem, I think.
Just to add to that, I mean, Suramya, to answer your question about the weakness, I do see a weakness in Indian team, and a starking weakness in terms of, in comparison with England, is that India does not have the batting depth. Look, their batting ends pretty much at number 6, that is Hardik Pandya. Akshar Patel hasn't had the kind of hit that he has. Look, everybody is talking about him being the like for like replacement for Ravindra Jadeja, but let's be honest, he's far from it. Ravindra Jadeja is in a league of his own. Akshar Patel is more adept with his bowling than his batting. And number 8 is Chandran Ashwin, who look decent test player, decent long format player, but in a T20 game batting at number 8, you need somebody with power, right? And Chandran Ashwin unfortunately doesn't have that. So if at all England have a good start and you have your top 4 or top 5, bundled out early, there's every possibility that India can be skittled out. That vulnerability is there, and England would know that. And I say this vis-a-vis England, is that look at England's batting unit. They bat till number 10. Number 7 is Moeen Ali. He was a proper batsman. Number 8 is Sam Curran. Number 9, Chris Jordan, and Chris Wokes has, if I am not wrong, come one down in Test cricket as well. So their batting goes deep, really, really deep. So that also gives the point that India would need to score more. The average score here has been 157, 160. So in order to get past England, they will need to add that extra 20, 30 runs, considering that England are chasing and they will give everything. They will bat till that last, and till that 9th, 10th wicket is not taken, England would still be in the game, is what my guess is. So that's one vulnerability there I see in Team India. But again, it will depend on the top order for sure, and hopefully it doesn't come down to the lower order in terms of batting.
Absolutely, Vineet. And I expect that, when we come in for the post-match live session, once again, we talk about Surya Kumar Yadav, Virat Kohli, because throughout this tournament, we have talked about them because they have won matches for Team India. So we are expecting that they go for great runs and great shots this time as well. And we see India winning this match. But as always, we say that England are no less. They are also a great team. So we will see a cracker of show at Adelaide Oval. But we need fans are already at MCG, as I also said, because there's so many comments. They are saying that they are actually expecting India versus Pakistan there. I saw one comment from Om Prakash, and he mentioned that India won the semi-final match. So people are actually ready with the results that India have won the match, and now they're expecting this to happen in the finals. Now, when we talk about other things here in the comments, I'll bring in one or two comments, and then we can proceed with our discussion. So, okay, so people are, predicting that India would win the game, but they're asking you, Akash, that who do you think will win? As you mentioned, India will win. India have the upper hand. But how close this game would go? Like, will it be a one-sided win or will it be a close win?
And that totally depends upon what score India put, because last time against Bangladesh, we put around something 180 odd runs, and the way they started off with their batting, that also at one point seemed smaller. So at least that has to be there. 180, 190 has to be there. And if India can manage to go beyond 200, that will be the cherry on the cake. So, yeah, getting good runs on the board, that can actually put pressure on the English from this English side from the word go. And if India can do that, then we have that enough bowling firepower to contain this English batting attack. Because like Vinny spoke about the vulnerabilities in this Indian team, there are some weaknesses that I can see in this English lineup, like Alex Hales, who has returned into the white ball setup after a long gap, is not firing up to his potential, and so does Ben Stokes, because we know the caliber of Ben Stokes, right? He is a quality all rounder in international cricket, but in this T20 World Cup, he has been off color lately. And I'm not talking about Harry Brook or Liam Livingstone, because ultimately, if England go if England need their services, they will stand up and deliver, and so does Moeen Ali, because what I think the reason behind Moeen Ali's success is somewhere MS Dhoni, because he has turned him into a number three batter in that CSK camp, and we have seen him batting at number three and scoring 50s in the IPL. So he also has that knack of scoring runs. So yes, if India gets enough runs on the board, at least 100, then that will be enough to put pressure on this England side, and that then that will ultimately go down to the bowlers how to utilize that vulnerable English side, that middle order of this English team.
Yes, and while you were talking, Akash, we were flashing those comments, and Vineet, I was talking about this only, that how people are saying that India will play the final match. But Akash has already pointed out what could be a great score for India. What do you think, Vineet? Because India are batting first, what would be the score? I mean, what's your prediction mark?
Look, my prediction is India has to score anywhere in the vicinity of 175 plus. That's what my thinking is. And this is a pitch, as I was just going through the pitch report by Pami and Mangu, and he said it's a good wicket. It's a true wicket. It's a hard wicket. So, it would be batting first. India does have an advantage, but there's also a fact that this is going to be a true pitch, so it won't disintegrate that much. So England would be in with a chance. And look, the theory, one of the basic theories in cricket is that if one team has scored this amount of runs, the other team can score +1. I mean, that's not rocket science. So whatever the score is, I mean, look, for me, I think 175 plus is what India should be aiming for. And with the new ball attack of Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Arshdeep Singh, they would be looking to take early wickets. Remember, Bhuvneshwar Kumar versus Jos Buttler. Jos Buttler loses hands down. I mean, wickets he has 5 times he has taken Jos Buttler in
Yeah.
about 30 balls or 30 deliveries. So that's a huge matchup wise. You look at it, Bhuvneshwar Kumar versus Jos Buttler, and if you have the head of the serpent out of the way, in the tail would wag. I mean, it would be headless. So getting Jos Buttler early and Bhuvneshwar Kumar, we were talking about Shaheen Shah Afridi just the other day, that how he takes wickets of the first over. How often he does. Don't forget, Bhuvneshwar Kumar also has that knack. Remember Aaron Finch, remember Jos Buttler. So that's a matchup that I would see. If India are able to get Jos Buttler early, that would be huge. There's no David Malan to give that, stability in the middle order. You also have a Phil Salt, but then again, very much similar to a Butler and a Alexei. Phil Salt is a player who will give you chances. If he gets going, he'll go, but he'll also give you chances as well. So that's one thing that England would be wary of, Jos Buttler versus Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So you may not see England going their explosive way. They may want to, cautiously take the overs away of both Bhuvneshwar and Arshdeep Singh before they step up the gear.
Yeah, and the match will begin in just few minutes, and both the teams will be out there for the national anthems as well. And we are getting updates. Akash updated just now that the teams are out for national anthems. So we will meet back in the post-match live session. But as many people are asking about the toss, about the match, so quick update that England have won the toss and have chosen to bowl first to India. So Indian batters will be out there. We are expecting a good show from the Indian batters, as they always are in this tournament. It has been great show from the India's top order, be it Surya Kumar Yadav, Virat Kohli, and we are also looking forward to a great win in this match. So all the quick and live updates are here at Cricket Next. So stay tuned with us. Thank you so much, Vineet and Akash, for joining with me. It has been really a fun session and a great interactive session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a
Thank you so
pleasure.
much.
So we had it all in this pre-match live session. We gave you the live updates of the toss, the playing 11. We also had the live coverage from Adelaide Oval by Chetan Narula. Vineet and Akash were with me. They were telling, what to expect from this match, who all can score big in this match, what will be a good score and everything. But we will be back in here with the results in the post-match live session. And not that, we will also be there for the watch-along session just at the end of the match. So you stay tuned with us and keep connected with our YouTube channel, that's CricketNext, or you can also stay tuned with us on our various social media handles, that's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So enjoy the match and then stay tuned with us throughout this match, and then come here back. We will have a great discussion in the post match analysis. Thank you so much. It was great having you all. I wish that you all enjoy this match, and we will be back just after the match ends.
The World 2020 champions India